So I just did a video in Spanish discussing why we at the King James Bible Research Council recommend the Reina Valera Gomez Bible for our Spanish-speaking friends, as opposed to other editions, especially the most popular edition, which would be the 1960 edition of the Reina Valera. That's the one that most fundamentalist brethren use, but we recommend the Reina Valera Gomez Bible, and simply because it is the one, the Reina Valera Gomez Spanish Bible is the one that is 100% based upon the received text and therefore 100% in agreement with the King James Bible. And when I say agreement, I'm not talking about differences of languages. We all understand that there are certain things that cannot be translated exactly word for word perfect from one language to the other. But we're talking about in the sense of doctrine, nothing that would disagree with the King James Bible, nor the underlying Masoretic text for Old Testament and Textus Receptus for the New Testament. That's what you have in the Reina Valera Gomez Bible. The chief editor of it is my good friend and friend to the King James Bible Research Council, Dr. Humberto Gomez. He has served as a missionary in Mexico for over 50 years. He has Spanish as his first language, and he has collaborated with many missionaries, such as I'm one of them, but many missionaries and national pastors, and as well as linguists and very qualified men, some with very qualified academic credentials, to help collaborate in putting together what is the most pure Spanish Bible available, the RVG, or the Reina Valera Gomez. Now, to my American pastors that might be friends that might be watching this, I've heard some American pastors say, well, why should I be even concerned? I don't even speak Spanish. I'm just concerned about English because I'm an American pastor or a pastor of an English-speaking church. Here's why you should be concerned about this. Number one, I've heard him put it like this. It's none of my business, so I'm not going to get involved with that controversy. Here's why it is your business and you need to get involved. Because if you support missionaries with money, then that literally makes it your business. And as pastors, I'm a pastor myself here in the United States, an American pastor, and I also served as a missionary in Spanish-speaking countries prior. Listen, as pastors, we are going to give account to the Lord at the judgment seat of Christ for everything that we do as pastors and overseers of the churches God has given us to tend to. And that's a very sobering thought. But we need to consider the fact that because it is impossible for us to support every missionary that we would even like to support, we're limited as to the resources we have available to us. And so, therefore, it is very important that we make sure that we're using our resources wisely. So if I'm a King James Bible believer, and that's what I stand for, why in the world would I support Bibles being used on the foreign field that are different or that are equivalent to the very same Bibles that we would have nothing to do with in English? But yet we have missionaries on the foreign field that are using Spanish Bibles like the 1960, where collaborators of the 1960 project admit that they used the Revised Standard Version, the Revised Version, and the American Standard Version in the making of the 1960, which is why the 1960 has many of the same exact omissions and changes that we complain about in the English language. And so as an American pastor, you need to be aware of that, and we need to be supporting Bibles in other languages that align with our convictions as the King James Bible. That's only consistent. And at the King James Bible Research Council, in regard to the Spanish-speaking language, we recommend the Reina Valera Gomez Spanish Bible. And for more information on this subject, I wrote a book on it. It's entitled God's Bible in Spanish. It is available on Amazon.com, and it's written in English and Spanish so that you can get the information you need to know considering that subject. God bless you.